Unrest is spreading across North Africa and the Middle East. Sustained anti-government protests have left Libya's President Gaddafi facing the biggest ever challenge to his regime. And following days of violence, the Foreign Office is now advising against all but essential travel to Bahrain. In Libya, at least 35 people have died in protests which continued through the night in the second city, Benghazi. Protesters are said to have taken over the city's airport, and there are reports of pitched battles between the army and protesters in Al-Baida. Algeria is braced for a second weekend of protests with a heavy police presence in the capital, Algiers. Rallies are also expected in the west of the country. 4 people died and 48 were injured in clashes in Yemen yesterday. More protests are planned across the country today. In Iran, pro- and anti-government protests are planned this weekend as the regional unrest spreads. And in Bahrain, hundreds of protesters have defied government calls to leave the streets as they maintained a vigil outside the main hospital. At least 7 people were critically injured yesterday when troops opened fire on an anti-government rally. From the capital, Manama, our special correspondent Alex Crawford sent this report.
Down with the king, they're shouting. This was the immediate response to the king's offer of talks. They gathered in their thousands outside the hospital where the latest injured are being treated. Every new casualty of the pro-democracy battle seems to swell the crowds demanding change. And this is how the Bahraini security forces are dealing with the protests, by firing live rounds into the crowd. It's beginning to look very much like a shoot-to-kill policy. The main city hospital is fast becoming the focal point for protesters who no longer feel safe elsewhere. Inside, the medical teams are struggling to mend ever-increasing numbers of battered bodies. Abdul Rida has been shot in the head. It appears at close range. He's already had 2 hours of surgery, but the surgeons have been unable to remove the bullet. The 3D image shows what extensive damage the bullet has done to his brain.
It passed from here, then shot it inside.
The doctors have been collating their own evidence. The black dot is the bullet. In the next bed is Mohammed, just 21 and shot through the stomach. The nurses are despairing.
We want just to treat the people, and we want to save their life. And we want everybody to be with us. We want our right only. We did not attack them. We did not do anything. Why they are doing this for these innocent people like this?
Do you feel angry?
Yes, sure.
What can you do about it?
We come to help these people, to treat them, but our heart is already broken. Why it's happened? And it's still like we are in a dream that is happening in our country.
And then the first sign of cracks in the security forces. A police officer walks into the hospital. He wants to join the protesters. He will no longer carry out the orders given to him.
To kill protesters from all kind of guns.
To kill them, though?
Yes, not scare them. All of guns. He
said that they are using forbidden weapons, as you know. It's called shuzan in Bahrain, and they are using it directly to the people and near less than 10 meters, and this is forbidden.
He says there are many more like him. But how many more will join the rebellion, and what will it take to end this? Alex Crawford, Sky News, Bahrain.